Hi students, today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to do these assignments. Many of you are having trouble, so I've already pre-highlighted some of these. I will do the highlighting tool so you can see what I'm doing. So for instance, here we're going to read, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, about 43% of Americans' carbon footprint comes from buildings. So we would highlight that just as I've done here. And as soon as you highlight, like let's highlight this next sentence, you hit this little plus and then you can make your comment. So as you can see, that's what I've done here is I've left these comments on the side, and that is what your annotation should look like. Now, if you're not able to use that little plus sign, then go ahead and just highlight it and then try to add your thoughts in a different font color. Once we get to the portion that has to do with the questions, remember to eliminate answers that you know are not correct. For instance, how would the pro author, so somebody who thinks that we should do something about climate change, likely respond to somebody who's saying we don't have to do anything about it? So the con author says, if we cut greenhouse gases by ourselves, it would be pointless, and it would hurt negotiations in any effort to reach an agreement with developing countries like China and India. So basically, nothing we do is going to matter because no one's going to agree with us. We'll be all alone, and we're not enough to make a difference. Okay. So he would say that China and India are not producing as much greenhouse gas as we are. That's not actually true. In the article, it does state that U.S. produces more per capita, but India and China produce more overall. At least China does. So the answer would be C. So you simply highlight that, and then in the comment section, you just put the C in there so that I can reply if I need to correct. Next, you have your vocabulary. Now, when you write your sentence, make sure to highlight it afterwards. So, I am reluctant to install solar panels because they are too expensive. Okay. So let's fix that. All right, and then right here, I'm going to highlight my sentence because that's my answer. And then here I'll write reluctant. Again, so that you can get feedback and it's easy for me to locate your answers while grading. Here, summarize the central idea of pro or con. Decide what claims are supported or not supported. Give 2 to 3 examples from the text to better illustrate your point. So you can do pro, con, or both. I chose to do pro because I wanted to make it nice and quick. I don't want to keep you too long. Climate change is real and has data to support that it's having a negative impact on the environment and human health. It states this in the article. As it states in the article, a convention of scientists all over the world agree that something must be done. Solar panels and ceasing the use of fossil fuels would be a great start. So these are all things that were mentioned in the article. And if I look back, some of the things I highlighted bring up that point. So here, when we burn coal, oil, and gas, we're heating up the earth. So we know that that's changing our climate. Here we see that we produce more greenhouse gases than any other country on a person per person, that's per capita. And remember, we read earlier at the very beginning that half of it has to do with buildings. So that's pretty amazing. So obviously, solar panels would be a great start. So you see, I already had my answers because I used the annotation, and that allowed me to look back. I didn't have to reread the article. I've already made comments on what stood out to me and made the greatest impact. I also did a little bit of highlighting here when it came to this is another one, like this cell phone technology. You know, this is speculation, and cell phones are very small. right? Why not mention TVs or radios or any number of things? Even calculators, right? So fix that. And we'll add our period. And then there's my comment. So you definitely, anything that kind of doesn't make sense or you just want to kind of comment on it, remember, you don't have to comment on everything, but you do want to hit some of them. I'm not being too particular. As long as there's a few comments on there, you're getting credit for it. But make sure you guys don't forget your vocab and your summaries, okay? If you have any questions beyond this, I am having tutorials on occasion. So please email me and let me know that you are still having trouble. All right, guys, this is my first time doing it, so I hope this helps. You guys have a great day.